Hey. Hey, good evening and welcome back to Candid Talk with Lexee Love and
Valentina versus Valentina.
And who do we have tonight?
Seriously, Evan on social media, but I go by Evan Lane for my, regular name.
Well, we are glad that you are here. He is a TikTok sensation, and he decided to come on Candid Talk with us just to spill some tea.
Yes.
Hot, cold, sweet, unsweet.
Tart. The people that see me on the show Next Influencer will know what that's referring to.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to tune in for that.
Right.
Yeah.
Season 3?
Oh, okay. See, you said season 3?
Yeah, I was on
We're gonna
season
have to
3.
Talk about that.
Yeah, we're going to have to talk. But first, before we get started, I always talk about pet peeves and anything exciting happened to you this week. We'll let our guests go first.
Yeah.
Anything pet peeve or exciting this week for you?
Pet peeve. People that... I feel like people that talk with food in their mouth and like crumbs go everywhere. That's disgusting. And then something exciting that happened this week. A little boo thing haven't seen me. Drove all the way from Mississippi.
Okay.
Okay, so he came and saw you again?
Yeah, he did.
How long was this visit?
Maybe 3 or 4 days, I think. Something like that. Yeah,
Well,
nothing
I need a boo. I need a
Everybody
boo.
needs a boo.
Yes, I need a boo. I need a boo. No, okay.
Boo for
What
you.
about you?
Right.
What about you, Valentina? Pet peeve? Anything exciting?
So, I didn't have a pet peeve in the beginning, but as we were driving here, and I know how you get driving, I'm the same way. Y'all, people that just don't do what they're supposed to do when they're driving, that's probably a big pet peeve for me. Because
Okay.
I figure it's something that we do on the regular basis.
What do you mean drive like? How do you mean?
You drive crazy, you drive too slow, you drive too fast, you don't use turning signals.
Oh, yeah. We're
stuff
supposed to
that.
know what you're doing.
Right. Or just the person we were pulling up here and they were just you said they kind of slowed down.
They slowed down and
to the
looked.
point where they can look in the car.
Yeah. Luckily, I have my windows are tinted, so I'm like, what are you doing?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And then I guess the exciting thing that I did this week was me and the girls they had a thing at Six Flags, a screen break. So
How was that?
it was really cool. They had it was towards the end of the park, so they had to cut off, but it was really nice. They had characters walking around and they had haunted houses. So
Did you go in the haunted house?
Yeah, it was scary. We was all scared.
Really? No.
Yeah.
Did Jillian? Did she get on the rides?
Yeah, she got on. Jillian is 9, y'all, and she's small and she's little.
She is
She
little.
got on the Goliath. That was her first roller coaster ever, and she
My baby got on the Goliath.
handled that thing.
How is the thing? Is it over the head?
So
or is
how
it
did
like
they
this?
do
Their
it?
clothes is like this.
I want to say they put it over. No, that's the Batman. I think
She
it's
got on the
one-
Batman.
Yeah, she got on the Batman. She did.
I remember she used to be so scared.
Right.
Have you met Jillian?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Did she talk to you? I mean,
Yeah, she said hi to me.
Right, but he was still asleep. It
Yeah, I was half
early.
asleep. It was early in the morning.
right.
You was on the
Yeah.
way to work, wasn't you?
Right.
Okay. Okay. Well, my pet peeve. Let's see. I have a few pet peeves, but just the one pet peeve I have is when I have strange men talk to me on social media, and they just assume that I'm a bimbo or some dumb person. And so they try to get information out of me, but see, I don't give information. I just let them think whatever they want to think. But it bothers me. It's like, dude, first of all, I don't know you, so why are you coming at me crazy?
Exactly.
So that's a pet peeve for me. I get irate. I'm a
Right.
Cancer, but we do have people think that just Geminis have 2 personalities. No. We can be so sweet, and then we can just be like this.
Right.
So we be clapping back. clapping back.
I thought cancers were emotional. That's
They
what
are.
I
Whitney is
always
very
heard. Like everybody
emotional.
always said, yeah.
She's very emotional.
One of my best
Emotionally
friends,
mad.
mad. Yeah, well, being mad is an emotion. That is
Right, yeah.
But we're sweet too. We are
Oh,
sweet.
yeah.
We are
No,
sweet.
my-
What is your sign?
Me, I'm a wait. Hold on, I should make a guess. What do you think I am?
Where are you born? Are you a summer baby or winter baby?
I'm a summer baby.
You a summer baby, so you're either a. Let's see.
I'm gonna say an Aries.
No,
You think I'm an
that's not
Aries?
summer. Are
Aries
you?
is
Are you a
summer.
Gemini?
It's the moon.
Are you a Leo?
I'm a Leo.
Yeah. I knew
You're
it.
an air sign, right?
No,
fire.
Leo is a lion, boo.
I'm a
Look at the
fire.
hair.
A lioness.
Yeah. And then my exciting news, I can't really talk about it, but it's very exciting, and hopefully within the next year
Okay.
they will know what I'm excited about.
Mhm.
That's all I'm gonna say
You
about
can
that.
spill the beans.
That's
Hopefully.
that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Oh, you're not gonna say more?
You can't give
No.
like a little just a little hint at what it is. Like, is it?
I will say it is something that is a very big deal to the point where contracts are involved.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm
exciting.
saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So before we get started with Evan and learn a lot about him in this short hour of time, we have a drink. And of course, it is a special drink.
In our tumblers. Y'all can buy these. They're awesome.
Yes, at wealthcity.shop. And our host, he gets his very own. So, Jamal, we
Thank
haven't
you.
forgot about you. So you'll get yours as
told him
well.
I texted him. I
No,
told
Jamal
him.
doesn't deserve one.
So this is Sex on the Beach. So we're gonna, go ahead and say what you did with the Sex on the Beach.
So the inspiration was seriously, Evan. It's
Ooh.
another summer drink. It's sweet. It's vodka, peach schnapps, OJ, cranberry juice. You can top it off with an orange, pineapple, cherry. Make it look beautiful.
Let me see if I can get over and get it so everybody can see it.
The only thing that I wish we had was the little umbrellas, because I feel like you're on the beach somewhere when you're drinking one of these drinks. But
Oh my gosh,
it's good.
It's so good.
It's
Yeah.
really
Oh my
good.
gosh, it's really good.
She don't have a straw, so
And I don't even care.
you're right. You just thirsty.
I don't drink vodka too much, but that's really good. I love that. So we're gonna get into the exciting stuff of our guests. Yes, you know what? I'm actually really excited because this is my first TikTok sensation person that I met in real life. He's a Gen Z. I have a thing about generations. We don't say age, we just say the generation that we're born in. And this is Gen Z, and he's already wonderful. I love him. I told him I wanted to take him home and set him up on my, like a little doll and just play with him and stuff.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Well, the title of our Candid Talk today is Family, Followers, and Fakers. And this is totally dealing with, because you are on TikTok, you are on social media, and I know that you deal with a lot of issues.
Yeah.
Good, bad, and indifferent.
And I could write just a book.
Well, you probably will.
Maybe 2 or 3. Maybe a series.
You know what? I can see it in the next 5 years that's what you're going to be doing.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I actually have thought about that recently, living in a content creator house in LA, and then, just doing social media in general, and then being on that TV show. I have so much I could just talk about.
What?
It's endless. It's crazy.
Well, I tell you what, if that happens,
Mhm.
I have a person that is a entertainment lawyer, and she will make sure your contract is beneficial for you. Okay? Okay?
Yeah, because we were
Okay.
talking about that the
Mhm.
other day.
It's very important. I don't think that us as artists understand how important when you get in a contract that it should be beneficial for you as well, because you don't want them to keep your name. You don't want them to have your image for a lifetime. You want everything to be timed.
Yeah, exactly.
So
for that time period.
Yes, yes. And that they don't have access to you anymore after that time period is over.
Right.
Yeah, so it's very important. Very important. I'm learning a lot being in this industry. I'm learning a lot. But we're going to go ahead and start with the questions. So, since becoming a TikTok sensation, How does your family treat you? And do you even continue the same, let's see, can I see, same level of relationship with them?
Oh, my family, they're very supportive. Yeah, they all like root for me. I feel like they all watch my content and are just heavily like, you know, involved with like supporting me. Yeah, I feel like they love it. They've always
Who's
been...
the most supportive? Your mom, your dad, sisters, brothers?
I would say probably my brothers. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, my oldest brother probably. Well, both of them actually. I don't think.
Are you
I'm the baby.
You're the baby, so
Yeah.
they're older.
Yeah, I
So
have two older brothers.
Okay, are they out of? I'm assuming they are like adults out of school.
Yeah.
Do they have their own family now?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're a little bit much older than you, where they have kids and stuff. Okay, all right. Nice. So they support you. Do they like, you know, when I say support, do they call you? Do they, if someone tries to bully you on do they actually like come in and say?
So if it's like Facebook, because that's where majority of like, I think I've received a lot of like hate where it's like, I guess it's easier for them to kind of do that, like take up for me. But with TikTok, it's like, there's just so many comments on certain videos. It's like to the point where there's no point. Yeah, like I don't even read it. I'm just like, whatever. But now if it's on like Facebook, normally it's the person you know and it's personal. So yeah, like that would definitely like.
So you have people people that you're saying that back you up are your friends and family.
Friends and family.
Okay, I'm thinking that they were attacking you, like people that you knew, like in school, and they're being mean towards you.
Oh well, there's some fake accounts now, and
well, we're gonna get into that.
Right.
Oh my gosh! But pretty much your family supports you
100%.
That's you know what, that's awesome, because I think a lot of artists, whether they're actors, singers, or whatever, they have an issue with their family once they make it. Like their family becomes their enemy.
Yeah, in a way, sir. I've seen that. Yeah, for
and
sure.
it's really scary. So that's why I always say to myself, my circle's gonna be like this. Like you're gonna have to be able to get in there, because I'm learning you can't trust everybody. Everybody's not your friend, and everybody's not happy for you.
Exactly.
Like certain things I'll tell, you know, when I'm on the podcast, but only certain people know everything.
Right.
Because they're actually genuinely happy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And they care. And I feel like when you let people know like what's coming for you or what you have going on in the moment, their energy can just affect that. Like they will try their, you know, best to affect it in any way possible, whether it's, you know, trying to distract you from the thing that you're about to, you know, do or achieve, or if they try to just discredit you in a way, they might just start throwing things up in your face. Like, remember that one time this happened, or we had that argument, and it's like, but you didn't care about that until, you know, I had this opportunity come up, and now all of a sudden, you know, you wanna have an argument, you wanna bring stuff up, or you wanna throw stuff in my face that you've done for me, and it's like, where was that at before? Because I bet if you didn't know what was coming for me, and I just left you completely out of that space, and totally didn't, you know, tell you anything, you wouldn't have even thought to come for me, right?
Right. Well, those are the fakers.
Right?
Those are the fakers we're talking about.
Exactly.
And it's really scary, because sometimes it comes out of nowhere,
and it's the people you least expect, the people that you actually look up to, or that, you know, you really care about and you want to see do good, you know, and then they just show their true colors. But hey.
Yes, do we know that?
Right.
I've already had that happen to me.
Really?
But you know what? It's expected, because I've been a loner a lot in my life. Even though I've had friends, I'm still kind of a loner. And then when I do trust somebody and then they hurt me, then I'm like, that's the reason why I don't be bothered too much with folks.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, because it's like, I don't know where it comes from. Like, you have no reason to be hateful on me, because this is a journey for me. What I'm going through, what I'm doing. This is a journey. When I stop, that means that I'm no longer living in this body anymore. Right. That's when I'm going to stop. But until then, I'm going to keep going and going and going.
And they're not going to stop you, but they want to.
Oh my gosh. And yeah, that's where the, you know, the whole spiritual transitioning and all that comes into play, because you have to realize that you're going to come in, you know, involved with people like that.
energies. That's what I call it, energies. I don't even call it people, because sometimes it's like the enemy is
black
just working
energy.
through. Yeah, just working through these folks. I'm like, Lord.
What you got over there, Valentina? You just sitting over there.
Thinking, you in deep thought.
Yeah, I'm just listening. Like, okay,
Yeah, I mean,
right.
I mean, I know you've been on the side of entertainment a little bit. I mean, did you ever have to deal with hate from other females or anything like that? Or you were one of those girls stood your ground like, B, I will cut you kind of thing?
No, I mean, I definitely just stood my ground and just stayed true to who I was. I mean, it's kind of one of those things. The industry is cutthroat, so everybody's not your friend. You can't trust everybody because everybody's trying to get to the bag, quote unquote. So it's like you can't tell everybody your business, or you can't, expect everybody's not your friend.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So with your family, what you doing TikTok, is it something that they expected, or was it just out of the blue? Were they happy for you? I mean, how did they feel when you actually went viral?
Got you. They were supportive back when TikTok used to be Musical.ly. I was on there. Oh my God, I was a chubby little high schooler. I was middle school to high school. I don't know. I was lip syncing songs, but that's what it was. It was a lip syncing app. So you would just find a song and lip sync to it.
Wow,
and it was really cringe. And looking back, I'm like,
Right.
But I looked that stuff up. Like, I didn't delete none of that stuff because I'm like, it was part of the dream.
Yes,
it might not be my favorite part, but it was a part of it. So it's
I'm glad that you're like that, because some people are like, ew, I look completely gross.
And it's like I had to be that Evan to be this Evan. And it's going to continue to be that way.
Yes, it is.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
well.
they were supportive. Like back so the app turned to TikTok, and then I kind of was like, oh, this is kind of like a Vine, like a new Vine app. Basically, it's kind of like Vine, So it was like advertised as like a dancing app. So I was like, oh, I'm not really a dancer. So I was like, oh, I'll worry about it eventually, but right now I'm just going to take a break from it. So I had like 30,000 followers on Musical.ly.
Okay.
Nothing crazy. It was mainly, it wasn't people I knew. It was just, and I wouldn't say it was like a following, because it kind of just, it was just random. Like, it wasn't like it was a steady flow of followers. It kind of, 1 minute I would gain 500, then it'd be a month or two, I wouldn't gain nobody.
Okay.
And here comes another 1,000 people that followed me.
Okay.
So kind of just accumulated over time. But nothing like steady flow, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, when you say dancer, I'm just laughing. There is a favorite, and I'm just gonna go ahead and bring it up. I think I watched it about 5 times. He says he's not a dancer, but he has. It's a video. He has a stripper pole,
right?
A stripper pole, and I guess he decided he wanted to do the upside down side of the stripper. And it is, I mean, you gotta watch it. I think you got, how many views you got? Over 1 million?
I got like 18 million views almost.
18 million?
Yeah, I got, I think it's at like, what is it? Maybe like 1.5 million likes, maybe 2 million. I'm not sure, to be honest.
But it got 18 million views?
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah. And I sat on that video for a few weeks. I was like, should I post this? And I was like, it's one of those things where I caught it on camera and I'm like, I can't just hold on to this for me. Like, I've gotta just
funny as hell.
Right. I was letting people at work watch it, and I was like, maybe I should just go ahead. It's gonna be embarrassing, but it already happened, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pull the trigger.
You get paid for that,
right?
Damn.
Yeah. I've had a few like platforms reach out asking to use it, like license out the video and stuff like that. I haven't. I think it was Viral. Was it Viral Nation? No, Fail Army. Fail Army was who I can't mention names, right? Well,
you already named it.
It's a good relationship. So they reached out and they wanted to use it, so I let them. Yeah, and it's cool. Like they were nice about it. But there's been a few others that's emailed me. I don't know, like some of these platforms never really heard of. So I knew Fail Army, but I didn't know the other ones. So I was like, I'll have to do some more research before I just license it out. Yeah, exactly. Because you never know.
You never know. But it's funny. I'm telling you, you need to go and watch it. Seriously, Evan. On TikTok and watch it, because you pinned that one. You pinned it.
Yeah, it's pinned. It's one of my top 3.
I'm glad Dallas was not in his cage.
Right. Because I fell in that cage. That cage hurt, y'all.
Didn't you say you broke the TV too?
No, the TV was broke. There was a hole in the TV. Like, it went all the way through the TV. I was so mad.
And them poles are heavy.
The
real.
pole didn't break. The pole didn't move.
Well,
It's-
the
Oh, it
top
did.
part.
Oh,
Just
it
the-
did. Oh, yes, it did come off a little bit. Didn't it?
It was one of those poles that you mount. So you have to tighten it and adjust it and then tighten it again, and
Mhm.
it mounts to the floor and the ceiling. But
Okay.
I was on it doing a whole bunch of tricks and stuff prior, and then I was like, I'm gonna do one more last like routine before I end the night,
Right.
and I didn't retighten the pole. So I got on that thing and I was, doing the tricks. and stuff.
You
There
was
was-
doing it.
Right there, and y'all, there was that video was actually long. Like I did some serious tricks before I got to that point.
Ooh.
But it was towards the end of the routine, and I had just so much momentum built up that it came.
It said,
unadjusted
I'm going to let
and-
you go ahead and go because
Right,
the
exactly.
pole said, I'm tired.
Right. It couldn't
I'm
hold on
tired
no
of
more.
your ass.
I'm about to show you some.
For real, it did too. It did.
And it paid you well.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
okay. That's all that matters.
It cost me a TV, but it paid off in the end. So.
Right. It
You
was
got
worth
you
it.
another TV.
Right,
Right.
yeah,
I
I did. And you know what? Folks was mad because I didn't get a name brand TV. Like it was like the traditional like smart TV.
But why? Does it matter?
They were
Right.
just so they were seriously angry. I was like,
I
it
just
don't
gotta
matter.
see-
It does the
don't matter.
same thing.
Yes, it does the
Y'all
same
not
thing.
watching it?
Right, I am. Like,
Yeah,
you
and
know.
y'all ain't paying out of your pocket for it. You want me to have a Sony? Go ahead and
Right,
pay for it.
Exactly. I could have been one of those creators that set up a little account for people to donate to buy me a little. But I
Right.
didn't. It came out of my own pocket. So
My TV, my
Right.
size,
Let me get what I
whatever.
want.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right. It
and
just
I'm
so happened to
happy.
be the cheaper option, but it's
Hey, you know what? It doesn't matter.
it's still right.
It's not
My
cheap.
Netflix still works
yeah,
good.
it still works
Affordable.
just fine. Affordable. That's what we say. We
The
don't
TV
say
you
cheap.
got now?
Mhm, and it's nice. You've
That's
seen
a
it.
real nice TV.
A real nice
Yeah.
TV. It's
What's-
big.
What is
It's
like?
great
What
TV.
is it like? 75?
I think it's a 65 or
Okay,
70,
so it's
something like that.
it's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
People just be
Exactly.
talking. They just be.
Mad for no reason.
They just want to say something.
Yeah.
I always say mad for no reason.
And then, are
Right.
these people on TikTok that are saying that to
Mhm,
you?
yeah, that was genuinely angry. Yeah, I was like, hey.
Seriously? Okay.
I
I always
I-
say,
I
well, then
can't
you need to
even
put
respond.
into this. If you mad, put
Right.
into this.
Right, y'all swing by and drop me off, that
Mhm,
Samsung
right.
y'all want me to have.
Mhm.
Right, exactly.
For real, I'll go ahead and take it.
Yeah.
I like charity. Okay.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay. So how do you handle followers when they are rude and say hateful things towards you? How do you handle that or deal with it, or do you even?
Lately, I've been like, I used to let it get to me so bad. I would try to
Mhm.
like find every comment to respond to. I was like, finding every single one responding or making a video responding to it. And then I'd get the video reported. They would report the video for like harassment and bullying, mind you.
Even though
I
they
was the
started
one.
it.
Yeah, I was the one getting provoked. But then the
Mhm.
moment I come for them, then it's like you're harassing me, you're bullying me. But it's like I did, and mind you, I didn't really come for them as much as I could have. You know what I mean? I
Mhm.
just gave them the energy back.
Yeah.
And then it was too much for them to handle. But then they wonder how do they think I feel when it's not just one. So for them it's just me coming for them, right?
Yes.
But for me it's multiple of them
Yes,
coming for me, and I'm
thousands of
supposed to
people.
just take it all the time.
Mhm.
Like,
But you learn, I think you grow from it because you
Mhm.
get to a point where it's like you almost have to have a force field.
it's inspiration in a way because
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, you're mad.
Yeah, so I'm gonna make
Oh.
you even. I'm gonna put a
Right.
cape on it so you can be mad,
I'm
super mad with a cape on. How about that?
I'm gonna take it there. That's that. So
Yeah, and that's what you have to do as an
Mhm.
artist. That's what they say, that you
Exactly.
have to just take it. That means that you're doing what you're supposed to do. When you got haters, that
Mhm.
means you're doing what you're supposed to be
Exactly.
doing. You're leveling up.
mhm.
Because if you don't got no haters, then you ain't doing nothing.
Right, you ain't doing it right.
Yeah.
'Cause that's the
You ain't doing it right.
What you over there? She over there quiet. This is the quiet she has been since we've been doing this podcast. This is our 5th podcast, and she over there just
This is
chilling.
our podcast.
You just chilling. This your friend.
cat got your tongue.
No,
Some
I'm
got it,
just
huh?
me
kinda like-
and her, listen, she
We
knows all about it.
we don't say where you guys work at, but when you guys are at work, how is your guys' work relationship?
We don't really work together a lot.
But when we do, we get to the bag and we just be having a
Yeah.
good time.
Yeah.
You have a good time as like your little brother or something that you never had?
I won't say little brother I never had. Just a friend I never thought I would have. I guess you could say that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I would consider them your little brother. I mean, he's younger than you, so y'all are chilling, you
I
know.
feel like we relate though on a lot of things.
You want to be my sister?
Yeah.
You better not sisters.
when I'm in
You
a full
don't have
face of
any
makeup, it does
sisters.
seem
You don't
like
have any sisters?
Mm-mm. I've had multiple stepsisters, courtesy of my dad being a, HOE.
What do you call it? Rolling Stone? We call him Rolling Stone. Papa was a Rolling
Right.
Stone.
I'm
Wherever he laid his hat was his home.
I'm sure, I might have some siblings out there that I don't know about, but as far as I know, I have 2 older brothers, and we're all from the same dad and mom, so,
Okay.
yeah.
That's
so
all
far.
that matters. Yeah.
I guess, who knows?
Well, that can be your sister then. That can be your
Right.
sister from
Yeah.
another. From
Sister
another.
from a mister.
Yeah, sister from another mister.
Woo-wee. Okay, let me see. It's kind of dark in here, so it's hard for me to see what I wrote. But do you think it's fair for followers to assume what type of person you really are based on your TikTok content?
Yes and no.
Okay.
In a way, my content is a reflection of me, so I feel like it's bits and pieces of me.
Mhm.
Sometimes those bits and pieces are exaggerated for the video because I gotta have high energy. I gotta, you really have to go for it in some of the videos if you want them to do good. But no, because even if it's a minute-long video or a 10-second long video, 15-second long video, that's not enough time for you to really know me. I feel like there's so much more to me. There's so many levels to me. There's so much that I don't talk about. I don't share with many people. And there's a lot of stuff that I just kind of, share with everyone. I feel like I am an open book to an extent. Just my close friends just know a little bit more than, my followers know. And that's just, it stems down to, some things you got to keep to yourself.
Of course.
And hopefully,
that tight circle we were talking about.
Exactly. And so with, the followers judging me for like a 15-second long video, it's not a no. You shouldn't, because...
Well, I want to talk about the one video that you had on there that I watched when you were walking. You and Dallas were walking, and you were by, I don't know if you were up in Stone Mountain area or you were down in Atlanta, but it was like a river, and it was calm, and then it was just like seconds. It was
Roswell.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you were talking about that's relating to life in your spiritual journey.
Yeah.
And I love that video. I love that
Thank
video.
you.
Yeah, I love that. And that's when I was like, I think he'll be really good to come on because, when I think of Gen Z's, Jamal, he made me feel like, a lot of you guys have a lot going on where you know what you want out of life and how you're going to get it. And when I saw that video, I was like, he's more mature than, your other videos. I'm like, he's got a good head. So
and that's the stuff that I feel like people don't see. Like, they think that I'm just some like crazy chaotic person, but that's the fun energy I like to have on TikTok. That's the benefit of being on that platform. It's just being able to kind of just let that flow out, like being creative and just having fun with it. But like at the end of the day, I am serious, and I take life very serious in the sense of just being respectful to people, being respectful to myself at the end of the day, because because it all comes back to me. Like I gotta make sure I'm took care of and that I'm doing what's best for me. So a lot of people don't see how hard I truly work, I feel like, in a sense. Well,
I think, especially when you're on a spiritual journey, everything that you reflect on other people is a reflection of who you are. So, I mean, I come in contact with a lot of people every single day, and I'm very nice and very kind and very open when I first meet them. And a lot of times I'll get like, they won't say thank you or you're welcome or anything. And that used to bother me before I started my spiritual journey. Now it's kind of like, that's not me. That's a reflection of them. That's not a reflection of me. I'm still going to say thank you, welcome, have a good day, have a great day. I'm still going to do it. And I don't get upset anymore. But I used to get mad. Now I'm just like, that's on you. Because I love myself. I love who I am. I've accepted everything. So, and I've been trying to get, Valentina in on it more. But, she listens to my stuff, and she's like, man, that's some really good stuff. But I don't think she's gotten as deep into it as I have, reading books and everything.
No,
so,
I probably won't get that deep.
You won't get that deep?
No. I don't know, because I just feel like there is, I don't know how, like, what you would compare it to, but I feel like there's levels to it. Like, I guess it just depends on you, like what you're seeking. What are you trying to get out of it?
Mm-hmm.
And I've always felt like I was my own person, and I kind of never really, went through a period in my life where I was just like always downing myself. Always tried to like look
Bring
at
yourself
things from, a positive point of view. So
Yeah. I mean, you have been that. You've always been that way.
right.
I think even when you were at your worst, she's
Right.
always figured out a
Like
way.
you would never be able to tell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So I feel like all kind of people just like
Mm-hmm.
kind of gravitate.
They
towards
do
me,
gravitate.
so-
Do you
Yeah.
think that when you see her interact with people, when you are with her, that a lot of people do gravitate?
Yeah.
Different
Yeah, I
type
feel like
of-
she's easy to relate to and talk to, and she's comforting in a way of like she's just welcoming, you know.
Mhm.
So like, yeah, I don't know. And
Yeah.
you're not. I never talk to her and feel down. You know. You know,
Yeah.
you talk to some people and you just feel
They
drained.
drain.
You're
Yeah.
just
Like you're a vampire.
like okay.
Are you run? Are you
Right.
mad? Or when you see him, you ducking like, oh,
Right.
I don't
Right.
want
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I've had that happen where I'm like, ooh, I do not want to talk to that person because they're gonna make me feel. They're gonna try to make me feel bad about myself today, and it's not happening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it gets exhausting dealing with some people sometimes.
You're like, I gotta take a nap.
Yeah. Need a refresher.
Right.
Or you need some of that tea you were telling me about, the caffeine
The
tea.
energy tea,
Yeah, my little
The workout.
my pre-workout and my what is it? What's that? Sparkling water. So I take peach flavored sparkling water and then my peach tea flavored pre-workout and mix it together.
And then you
Oh,
drink
it's
that with you.
tea.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Actual
saying.
tea bag.
Yes.
That's the flavoring of it. The pre-workout's
Powder?
tea, like it's peach tea flavored. Yeah, powdered pre-workout.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
a little bit of sparkling water, peach sparkling water.
So when you get around folks, you say, "Let me get my tea," because I know I'm about to get around these crazy people.
Right,
Draining me.
Gotta get, yeah.
keep my level up high.
Is it sweet?
Mhm. Yes, it's good.
Oh, she loves sweet stuff.
Just
That
some
girl,
good
if
stuff.
it ain't sweet, she's not having it.
Right.
Yeah,
Put
she
some
loves.
agave in
She
it.
loves that sweet. We had what is it, chai tea on, I think it was our second episode, and she's like, "This ain't even sweet."
I like sweet drinks, to be
Yeah.
honest. I ain't gonna lie. Like sweet drinks, it could be anything, to be
Mhm.
honest. I don't drink dark soda. I don't know, like it's just like no. So back in
So
school,
no Coke, no Pepsi.
no Coke, no Pepsi.
Dr.
I
Pepper.
just when COVID happened and I got COVID, I started drinking Sprite again. But before that, it was like 5 or 6 years of no soda at all.
Mhm.
Before that, so yeah, and then Sprite and ginger ale.
Is what
Nothing
helps.
else.
Yeah, yeah.
It was just because I had a lot going on in my throat when I was sick, and so I
it
drank.
helped.
Yeah, the I don't know, the fizz. It just it
Mhm.
soothes my throat, and then after that, here and there I'll drink a Sprite. Lately, I've been on sparkling waters though, just
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
you can mix it with stuff and it
Yeah,
has the
it
fizz,
is. Yeah,
you know.
yeah. I
but-
do mineral water.
Yeah,
I love
but
mineral water.
No Coke, no Pepsi.
So, what is the sweetest or nicest thing a follower has complimented you on? Yeah, a follower on TikTok.
You
Yeah,
said follow.
yeah, follower, follower.
Yeah, follower.
Yeah, that's what they are. They follow him.
You said follower.
I did. She heard. No,
The
she
southern
heard.
accent coming out.
No, I'm not from the South. We'll have to get. We'll have to talk about that as well.
Yeah,
But
for
yeah,
sure.
but what is the sweetest
the
and
nicest thing, just how like I give them inspiration.
Mhm.
Basically, like I think that's what I'm.
It
I mean,
is out
it
here.
is,
They need
yeah.
a fan or something.
But
these lights and stuff.
I would say there's been people who just tell me how they're just heavily inspired by me and the things I do, and how I'm just so persistent and just trying to grow and change and elevate and become a better me. And you know, they see
Yeah,
it, and I
okay.
love when I love just getting that confirmation sometimes. Not that
Okay.
I need it,
Mhm.
but just getting some
Listen,
You
feedback.
just like
Yeah, it's nice to
people-
hear.
Yeah. So, do you think that who follows you are the age group of Gen Z, or do you see that some people are older, or they're younger, like 9, 10-year-olds that
Good
are watching
question.
Or maybe
Um,
you don't know.
It's a large variety, so
you? Mhm.
I feel like the ones that really root for me and support me tend to be a little older. Like they're usually like older moms or like
okay,
people a
okay,
little
okay.
older in age. The younger
Like
ones,
millennials?
yeah,
Mhm.
the younger ones are the ones that are more supportive in like me embracing Gen Z culture, I guess you could say. Like when I'm embracing Gen Z culture, then they're all for it.
Okay.
But it's usually the older followers that are there for the long run, no matter what. You know what I mean? No matter what I'm doing, they're there.
They're like encouraging you, like, I like that. You know, like me when I watched it and I clicked follow.
Yeah, and I like it.
Yeah, I love. You know what? He has the cutest dog, Dallas. It's like his little twin because they both have brown hair.
Oh yeah,
and it's curly.
he's definitely. I feel like I gave birth to him. I manifested him. I gave birth to that little man.
So where's he at right now?
He's at home.
Aww.
Yeah, he's napping.
Okay.
He was burnt out. Like we went on a walk earlier, and he was probably like 30 minutes of walking. Then I took him to the park after that, and it was hot today.
Yes, it was. It got, I think, up to like 88 degrees today.
Yeah, and so he was burnt out. So I put on some little doggy tunes and gave him a little treat. And
yeah, are you gonna give him a brother or sister, or are you good with just the one?
So he has a sister actually. I rescued a cat back
around. Okay, so you do have
yeah.
So they play each other.
Oh yes, they love. Oh my gosh, I have a video of them cuddling. Day before yesterday. The sweetest. They fight all the time. You know, cats and dogs fight. Yeah. But like they love each other. Right. But they love each other. And honestly, I wanted a cat for so long, but I was like, don't like cat hair. You know, like I just kept putting it off. Well, then I'm at work one day and this lady tells me how she rescued a cat from China years ago, and it was the best decision she ever made. Fast forward later on that night, 3 a.m. I'm leaving a bar, a little tipsy, and I hear a cat meowing on the street. Aww. And this homeless guy is following a homeless guy, and he tells us, and we knew him. He always bumps into us, but he was like, if I had a home, I would keep her. And I was like, well, I have a home, and I was like, I said, universe, this cat's meant for me. Make it follow me into an elevator room. Did I make the cat kind of go into, like, forced it to go into the elevator room? Yeah, but, you know.
It stayed.
Exactly. And she,
So she's, I mean, what kind of cat do you think she is? Because you're taking her to the vet.
So she's a domestic short-haired, and they're known to not shed that much,
which is awesome. Right.
She's also just like she's black and white, and I wanted a black and white cat, so it's like it worked out. Like when I tell you, like I feel like truly that was like a gift from the universe. It was the best Christmas gift of my life. Like,
so you got her around Christmas time.
Yeah.
So did they figure out about the age?
So I think when I first gotten her, she was maybe like, I think it was 5, like right at like 5 months, something like that.
Okay, so
she's still a baby.
You know what? It's funny you brought up a cat situation. Jillian and I were out. This was last. I think it was last year. We were out, and we were sitting at a 4-way stop, and this was in the area that we live in. And I'm just like, why is nobody moving? Like, why is nobody moving? And there was the person because we were here, and the other person was here, and they were sitting there, and they were I don't know how old they were. They had to have been like teenagers, and I guess they were trying to get this cat, but at the time I didn't see it, the little kitten, and they were trying to get it, and then for whatever reason they decided not to, so they drove, and I thought they ran over it, and I'm in the car screaming, oh my God! It was so horrible, and the little kitten was in the middle of the road, and it couldn't get out of the road. So luckily, it got over to the curb, and nobody would stop. And it couldn't get up on the curb because the curb was too high. And I was like, I cannot believe this. So I pulled over. Jillian's like, what are you doing? And I'm just like, the little cat. I don't want it to get killed because it's going to go back in the road.
It was a kitten?
It was a kitten. So I got out, pulled on the side, and I got out of the car. Everybody's watching me. And I didn't care. I put the kitten on the curb, where the grass was, and it was going, meow, 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 meow. Something was wrong with his eyes. I think it was just born like maybe days, because I guess they have a thing over their eyes.
Or I know we had the puppies, like, their eyes are closed for a certain amount of time and then eventually open. So,
yeah.
And she said the cat was, well, you can finish telling the story.
Well, yeah. So I didn't know that this was, because I never seen a cat like that. And then I was like, you know what? I can't leave this cat here. So I took the cat. Jillian's afraid of the cat. What am I going to do? She's like, meow. And the kid's like, I was like, get the cat. So we went back to the house, and then I had called someone that I knew that about cats. And I was like, it has film and I think it's blind. They're like, no, it must have just been born. They have film over their eyes. So then I get back and my youngest daughter, Jada, was like over ecstatic. Oh, give me the cat.
Right.
She cleaned the cat up. She did all this stuff. She called around. They found a home for it.
Aww.
The cat, I forgot the name of the cat, but it's something dealing with it surviving.
Uh-huh.
And I was so happy because we couldn't keep the cat because first of all, they have two mean dogs.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way they could keep the cat.
Right.
But yeah, I think as I get older, I get more emotional because I never had a cat. Like, I don't like cats.
Yeah, I didn't either.
And I was literally crying because I thought the cat got ran over. I did. I just don't. I don't even like seeing animals. What do you call those things? Oh gosh, I can't even think. That eat the ticks and stuff. The armadillos. And they're always ran over. And I said, why do people run over those? Those things are good because they eat the ticks. They keep the Lyme disease down. People just run over, and I just think it's so sad that I just see it. I know it sounds weird, but. We're going to go, where are you from Atlanta? Did you move here from Atlanta or move somewhere else and came to Atlanta? I mean, let people know.
So I'm from South Georgia, 3 hours, from Atlanta.
Okay.
It's called Hazelhurst. But I moved to Atlanta about a year and a half ago. Then about 6 months in, 7 months in living here, I had the chance to move to LA. That was about 2 years ago. So it was about 2 years ago.
Okay.
And so about 6-7 months in, I had the chance to move to LA. Moved there. I missed Atlanta dearly. And it was just calling me back for some reason. I really don't know what for. I didn't have really no plan. But I came back and it's been great.
So you lived in LA for a little while.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Did you like it out there?
Yeah, like LA is huge. Like there's a
What
lot
part?
to do. So I stayed it was Mid City. Before that we were in what was the name? It was near oh my goodness.
Was it in the valley or
Culver City?
Culver City. Yeah.
So it's up.
Okay.
It's like it's a new area, like a up and coming area where everyone's raving about it. So it's near Culver City at first, and then I moved to Mid City, just to be a little closer to other things. But I loved it.
It's crap out there.
Yeah. So Mid City's label. I think people kind of label it as like the lower level of living there.
But lower level, $1 million.
Right. And I really enjoyed Mid City. I met some people. I worked out at Planet Fitness there, and I met like just some very inspiring people that I truly I will have a forever bond with them no matter what, and I'll forever keep in contact. I actually went recently to LA for something. It was a quick last minute little flight for a weekend, and I didn't even have time to tell people I was coming. I didn't have time to really reconnect. I was trying to reconnect with people, but it was just, it was just a quick little weekend. So
nice.
I ended up bumping into someone at the gym that I had,
known previous.
Yes. And
you
it was
went back
just
to the gym?
Yeah, of course. Gotta get the gains.
To work out?
Yeah. As soon as I got there, as soon as I touched down, I think I got Starbucks. And then I went and dropped my stuff off at the place I'm staying at and went straight to the gym. The gym that I worked out at, like religiously, like multiple times a day when I was there. I was going through some stuff, so I was like, the gym was my little escape.
It was a good outlet.
Yeah, so I had to go back immediately. I missed that gym.
And then people that were there when you were there, they were still there?
Yeah, we're still there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Working out just like when I left off, and it was great.
You're like, where you been?
Yeah, right. I
went back home. I went back home.
Yeah. But no, it was great.
Great. So this is a little bit about Dallas. Do you think Dallas steals your show when you incorporate him in your videos?
Of course. Dallas gets all the attention. And like in real life and in videos, on Snapchat pictures, it don't matter what it is.
You gotta tell the people what kind of dog.
So Dallas is a toy poodle. He's
so
a little over 5 pounds. He is the stinkiest, most cutest man you will ever see. He's yassified and...
He said yassified.
And he... Actually, I just got him a little... Well, my friend and I got him a little dress, a little princess dress, and he prances around in it, and I love it so much. He loves it so much.
So how did you come up with the name Dallas?
So he came from Dallas, Georgia. So
okay.
I don't even remember the name I had in mind before. Literally, I had a whole name picked out, going to pick him up, and then I literally looked down at the maps and it said Dallas, Georgia, and I was like, Dallas is such a
Right.
cute name.
Yeah, it is.
And
It's a
it's stuck.
big name for a little dog.
Right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, he
'Cause
is.
he's a star.
I don't know if you guys, if you get a chance to watch some of the videos with Dallas. He is like he knows,
Mhm.
like he knows. He's filming right now.
Right. He right on cue. It's like
Yeah.
he was meant for you.
Mhm. Oh, he was. That's my little
yeah.
man.
So how long have you had him?
So I've had him now since August. So how long is that?
Yeah.
September, October, November,
What,
December.
7 months?
Like 7 months, maybe.
Yeah.
7, 8
Well,
months. something
yeah.
like
I like little dogs.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah,
They
bunch
got-
of little dogs.
They got,
So
huh?
always get rid of them.
I know because they never work out for me. I haven't
They
found.
just never fit you.
Mm-hmm.
No, they don't. I love them, but they don't.
They
I
just
get-
don't. Sometimes, like it, like not saying like you can't make a dog work for you, but sometimes it's just like human relationships. Sometimes it just don't work.
Yeah.
Like the dogs just don't match
Big
the
dogs
energy.
work. Yeah, big dogs
Yeah.
work with me. Like I love Dobermans. Like I said, whenever I want to get a Doberman.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
want
hard
to get
to
a
just
Doberman.
yeah, and it's hard to have a big dog around Atlanta areas
Yeah.
because it's just a lot of work in
Mhm.
general having
But
a
the
dog.
little
and then-
dogs are a lot easier.
Yeah, and even then, it's still hard
Mhm.
having a little dog. So it's
Yeah.
like I can only imagine having a big dog. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, that's
They
just
gotta go out.
right. They got to go
They
out,
gotta
and then
do the
too, you know,
run.
if you know they like people. Some people are afraid of big dogs. They're afraid of
Mhm.
little
Yeah.
dogs. So imagine
Especially
having a
Dobermans, depending on the
Right.
breed.
and
Yeah,
if your
yeah.
dog's sweet and someone's swatting at it and it's just trying to greet them, you know, it might make you
Yeah.
mad. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I
definitely.
did have a Yorkie, and he was mean. Like I
Really?
would take him to the
Which
park.
one? She cry?
Yes, I would take him to the park, and this one lady, she's like, "Oh, he's so cute," and I said, "Don't touch him." She touched him anyway. He went, and then and I said, "Did he break the skin?" I was so scared that she was gonna like sue me or something because I said, "Do not touch him because he's mean."
Right.
He didn't want anybody. If he did not know you,
Mhm.
you could not touch him.
Yeah,
As
I'm
you
just not
should.
gonna go touch anybody's dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I guess
They gotta
people,
come to me type
Yeah.
situation.
I guess people think, "Oh, well, he's little. He's not gonna." Sometimes those are the meanest
Yeah,
dogs.
those, they are.
Listen, they have to make up for their small size
Yeah.
in some way. So
They be like, "B, didn't I tell you not to touch me?"
Exactly.
Right.
You all look like a pet.
right.
Do I look like a
And
pet?
I think they're so small, and we treat them like babies, so they really think they're human beings. Like I really feel like he thinks he is me or
Yeah,
something. Like he's
yeah.
a person.
Yeah, well, you know, he can't help it. That's just the
But
environment. that
he's
you
super
can-
friendly.
Mhm. Yeah, I would
Every
say
time I'm
he
over there,
loves
he's-
people.
Well, a dog never forgets a scent either. So since you've been over there and you know, and he's
and the
so-
cat too.
yes.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah,
know
they
you.
both are
They
just
know. They
like-
know your scent. So
Mhm.
and then
They
they
be
know your
snuggling
friends.
with her.
Uh-huh.
The cat snuggle?
Yeah, I would sleep on the couch and they just try to get in the blanket. I'm just like, leave me alone.
and they still
Well,
get in the
Valentina
blanket.
she. You know, when she was growing up, she told me she wanted a farm
I'm still gonna get a farm.
of animals.
Uh-huh.
I'm just like, where's this going to be at? Not at this house. I mean, she wanted this animal, this animal, this animal.
Still get a farm.
Oh my gosh, she's still getting a farm. When she moves out west, I guess when I go visit her, she'll have a farm. in a
Well,
couple
not
years.
right away.
I said a
but-
couple
It's gonna take
years.
some
Yeah.
time. You gotta accumulate it
Well, not in.
Not where you're moving out.
You're right. No.
after the fact when you're
You're
ready.
right, because there's no, the way the land is there's no way.
It
Dry.
Right.
Hot
right.
and dry.
Like what they gonna eat.
For real.
Sand.
You buy the food. But it depends on what kind of animals you get, I guess.
Right.
I don't
guess
know.
it
I don't know.
I
They
need
got
some
mountain
green
lions. You know
pastures.
they got mountain lions out there, right?
I did not know that.
Yeah, they have mountain lions. I didn't know that either. They got
That's
mountains,
scary.
so they got mountain lions.
That
yeah.
must be like
Yeah, they
kinda far.
Well, where your uncle lives at, you literally can see it. You
Okay.
can see and they tell at night.
Well, I'm going
to
there
be-
this summer, so
Yeah,
We'll see.
and I'm sure you'll get on the bus with her and maybe go out there and visit her.
well,
I'm
you're
actually-
supposed to be going
I'm-
the end of this month.
Yeah, in this month I'm going to Las Vegas, so yeah, I'm gonna see it. Yeah.
That's where my baby, she's there right now.
Really?
Yeah, she'll be out there a week.
Mm-hmm.
She'll be out
back
there.
on the 12th.
Is
yeah.
does she go out there often, or is it like
No,
This
she's
is her
going.
second time.
This is her second time. I took her out there, and my brother is going to Florida,
uh-huh.
and he needs somebody to watch their
house
little
sit and stuff?
house sit and watch Jaden.
Oh, okay.
So she's gonna be out there, and I told her, I said, "Don't be doing nothing crazy." She's like, "I can do whatever I want." I'm like, I said,
She
"I
said
can."
she gonna be in the pool the whole time.
Well, that's fine. I mean, I don't blame her. If I was, because I'm sure it's probably hot by now. I'd be in that pool too.
Right.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, because they got a pool.
Vacation mode.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So as long as she's in the pool, I'm cool. Because
Right.
she's like, well, I can take Uber.
Oh, she did say.
I'm
Okay.
like, no, you're not. I said
Shit,
because
but
I
if
can't.
she
I
did, she
cannot
not gonna tell
protect
you.
you. I cannot
Right.
protect you
Right.
from Jerica if something happens. I can't protect you because Jerica, she could go whole left field on
Did you
you.
tell her?
Well, yeah,
tell her?
I told her that. I told
Right.
her.
You need to make sure.
I
that
told
he
her that.
is your main priority.
That's what I
like-
said. I did, and then I reminded my brother, you need to make sure that you let Sierra know. So
Right.
yeah. So okay. Personal
Moving
business.
on.
I mean, personal business.
Right.
Okay, what was the most embarrassing TikTok but generated lots of views?
This is something else.
Oh, that's tough.
Was it the stripper one?
I would think the stripper pole one. Yeah, I would feel like, cause like, yeah.
That was
'Cause
the
it
only
involved-
thing that you've been hesitant on, like.
Yeah, that was. I
posting.
think that was the video I held on the longest too. I knew
Okay.
it was going to do numbers. I didn't realize it would be the most viral video of all
Oh my
time for me.
gosh.
Yes.
So I knew it was going to do numbers,
Mhm.
and yeah, so I feel like that was the one that I was like, it's kind of like ripping a band-aid off. Like, it's going to sting a little bit, but it's like then it's kind of worth it in a
He was
way.
like,
I'm an
yeah.
entertainer at the end of the day. I'm here to make people laugh
Mhm.
and to have a good time, and if it means making me a joke sometimes, and I'm doing it to myself, then it's okay. But it's when it's
Yes.
other people trying to make me a joke, that's
That's
when
off
it's
limits.
different.
Yeah.
Right.
So
It
did
was
you get
different.
any negative feedback from that video?
Not from anybody that I know of. I'm sure if you read the comments, there might be some. There might be some people calling me trashy or something.
Right.
You know how people are
Yeah.
Right.
on
They
the
hate.
internet. They hate. I had on like booty shorts in the video, and nothing really else on. So
Right.
sometimes that's too much for people to handle.
Right,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Too
But
much
that's
skin.
but
Right.
that's what TikTok is. TikTok is kind of an entertainment risque
Right.
situation.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
when you're going to go on TikTok, you're going to deal with some risky stuff.
Right, exactly. And I feel like so many people nowadays, it's sometimes the first thing they jump to is being hateful when they don't understand something or when something makes them feel uncomfortable, but not in a, sometimes not in a bad way. Sometimes they just see a video that maybe they're not sure how to feel. So instead of just being like, I don't know how to feel, just swipe away, it's I don't know how to feel, so I'm angry now. Like I'm gonna find something bad to say. Like now since I'm not sure, I've never seen a video like this, I've never seen a person like this, or maybe they've never seen a personality like that, maybe per se. Like, so instead of just seeing it and scrolling, if they're unsure, they find usually a way to be
Well,
hateful in a
find
way.
flaws.
Yeah, just to validate them just feeling I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, well, we all come across fakers in this life. Being in our workplace, family, friends, how do you handle or approach that type of scenario?
Usually it's from a state of delusion, and I feel like everyone should be a bit delusional in life in order to manifest and have goals. You know what I mean? Sometimes it starts off being a little delusional. Sometimes you gotta say, well, what's the bigger picture here? What's the end goal? And sometimes the end goal, from the moment that you're thinking of it, to the actual end goal, it seems like a stretch. So it might seem like a state of delusion, but it's as long as you feel like it's achievable and you truly feel like you can do that, then it's not really a delusion. So but some people are extremely delusional to the point where their end goal isn't, there's no way to really achieve that. And they have to fake, they have to pretend, they have to have surround themselves with yes men all the time.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's what, and they bring fake people around them to just tell them yes for everything and support every move they make, even if it's a bad move. And it ends up hurting themselves in the end. They end up not getting even close to that end goal that was, far-fetched in a sense. It's just like someone saying, like, tomorrow I want to be the president. But let's be real here. It takes time for something like that. You can't just wake up tomorrow and be the president. It's not going to happen. So that is a delusion. That's something it's impossible, right? But if you say, one day I would like to be the president, there's no time frame on that. So it could be 20 years from now. It could be 30 years from now. But that it could happen.
Yes, it can happen.
If you take the small steps and you truly believe in yourself, it can happen. But yes, some people, they want to have stuff happen quick or overnight, or just have go for things that are impossible.
They don't want to work for it. They just want
and
it
so they'll
to
fake
hand
it.
Yeah,
They'll fake it and not make it. You know what I mean?
You fake it till you make it kind of scenario, kind of thing.
But when it's, like I said, when it's something that guess. Some people just don't. They don't want to put in the work, and that's when you're gonna fake it, right? So you're gonna fake it, and then how is that fulfilling? You know,
it's not in the end.
No.
I mean, it really is not. But you know, we deal with those kind of people day in, day out, and we just, you know, I always just say keep it moving.
That's what I was about to say. I usually just let them stay in that state. You know, if it's someone I truly care about and I feel like I can help them and assist them into, you know, maybe going for something a little more, you know, maybe realistic, I want to say. If it's someone I truly care about, then I will, you know, I will try to help them see, you know, my point of view on it. But, like, you know, sometimes you have to let people just be.
Let them be.
Right.
Just let them be.
Not bother them. Just let them do what they're doing, and maybe one day they'll realize
or wake up and
right.
You know, but
that's on them.
Yeah, that's on them. So how do you define a fake friend? How do you define it? How do you deal with it? How do you approach it? How do you be at a point where it's like, I know you're fake. I can't deal with you no more.
Oh, so I learned so much about fake friends over the last year. I would say people that I truly stuck my neck out for, people that I would drive an hour to see them, to help them film content, and we would have ideas listed for both of us. So I would have 2 or 3 videos planned for me. They would have 2 or 3 videos planned for them. I would drive an hour to their home for them to not be ready, for them to not be dressed, for them to you know, sit around telling me how, you know, I don't know how miserable their life is, wasting my time. Then they finally get ready. It's almost, you know, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night.
You're ready to go home,
right? And at that point, then I'm finally able to film content with them. And guess what? It's usually just content for them. And I usually don't. I usually would just end up leaving from the situation with no content, and I drove an hour there and an hour back home just to film their content for them, and it was so unfulfilling. And I still rooted for them. I still tried to give them tips, and as I learned in the industry, because you learn so much, like in it.
What works, what doesn't work.
Right. And so I was trying to let her know what I think would work for her, trying to help her, but I can't give her all the answers because I don't have all the answers.
And you're not, and she's her personality that she is putting out. You can tell her, you can write the whole entire script for her, but if her personality is not that, it doesn't matter what
if you don't have to drive. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. And so I realized I was just, all my energy was getting drained because I was wanting this person to achieve so much, but they didn't want it for themselves, but then they were throwing it back on me like it was my fault. And then they called me fake one day.
Oh, wow.
They called you fake?
They called me fake when I moved to LA, and mind you, I didn't cut anyone off, but when I moved to LA, it was like the first month and a half, I was trying to get adjusted. You know, I was going through a breakup of 2 years. It was, or like a year and a half, and it was just, I was trying to get adjusted, figure myself out again, realize, you know, where I wanted to go from there, and just get adjusted to LA. And she told me that I was a fake friend, and at first I cared. I was like, wow, it was hurtful. I was like, why would you say that? You know what I mean? Like, why would you do that? And I called myself defending myself. But over time, I realized she was the fake friend. She was mad because I wasn't supplying her with the script of how she should do her, I guess, do her TikTok career for the next couple years. Like, she wanted me to just figure it all out. And it's like, I'm trying to do that for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I think that I know something that could help you, I'm going to tell you, but you have to do it
yourself.
Yeah.
This industry, a lot of times there will be, like we talked about, that will help you level up. But they're not going to sit there and write it. They're not going to hold your hand. We're not in kindergarten. We're not doing that. This is what we're doing. Right. You want to participate, or you want to be a part of it, then do it. But you're going to have to carry your own weight.
Right, exactly. And I value those friendships that I have where people try to give me tips and things that I could improve on, or things I could, just tools that could help me in a sense. And I would never call them fake. I would never be mad at them for something that maybe I fumbled the bag on. You know what I mean? That's on me. But to see, her do that to me, and it took, like I said, it took me a little minute to process it. And then I realized now, fast forward, it's almost a year later, I'm like, the hell was I thinking? Girl, I should have blocked and deleted you a long time ago.
Well, you learn that too. You learn who you have to block. You learn who you have to delete. Right. And pretty let them phase out of your life. Exactly. Because really, I do believe that if you are a true friend, that you're going to reach out. You're going to stay in contact. You're going to, even if it's a, hey, how you doing? I haven't talked to you in a while. Because I do have friends that I do not talk to every single day. And I'm talking about friends that I've had for years.
Yeah.
But when we do talk or we do catch up, it's like we never stop.
Exactly.
But we understand each other because we all have a life.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. But I know I have so many questions for Evan, but we have run out of time. This is just you sat over there and she
You know we got 30 minutes, right?
Oh, we still got 30 minutes?
I'm good to keep
9 to
talking.
11.
It's up to y'all.
Oh, so we still got a little bit?
9 to 11, yeah.
Oh, so we got a little minute. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Missy. Oh, I did not know that.
You know, I keep up with it because...
This is my money lady over here. This is the money lady over here. I come up with the content. She come up with the money.
Right.
That's how it works. That's
Right.
how, this is a family thing.
Right.
Exactly. It's
Sometimes
a team.
Sometimes you have certain people that you're gonna in your family that you keep close,
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna help you elevate. They're gonna help you.
I'm your daughter, so of course.
Not everybody's daughter and not everybody's
That's true.
mother is this way.
Yeah.
It's just it doesn't
Yeah,
happen.
you're right.
It just doesn't.
Not everybody
happen.
can be this cool.
No, nobody. Because I love that girl over there. Yeah, I love her.
I love you.
Aww. You want to get into this?
Aw, thank you.
Okay, well, since I can move on now. Okay. So, has your success on TikTok changed you?
I would say it's helped me grow as a person.
Okay.
In many ways.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't changed me in a sense of like, oh, I feel like I'm better than or I'm entitled. I do have a platform, so I do look at it as like, if I do feel like I need to get something on my chest or if I need to defend myself in any instance,
Mm-hmm.
I can go to my social media page and post, you know what I mean, if need be. But it hasn't changed me in a sense of like, I feel like I'm better than or I deserve more than certain people. I feel like it's just something that kind of happened.
Okay.
And I wasn't trying. In a sense, I was just kind of having fun with it, and like I said, it flowed to me, and it happened, and I'm thankful for it. And I feel like sometimes the numbers get to people's head. I try not. Sometimes I forget that I have a following. Like I'll wake up and I'll get on TikTok just to watch a video, and then I'm like, oh shit, I have 1.5 million people following me. Like I forget that sometimes.
But it hasn't changed who you are. Like you don't think you're better, or you're just like it's. Just the same Evan as you were 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, other than growing, being more mature, being more wise.
Things that would happen off or on camera.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's happened. And I think that just having social media, I'm able to look back, and it's kind of like I've been able to document myself throughout the last couple of years. So I'm able to kind of go back and see, like I was talking about with Musically, just how much I've changed. So I would say like it's a great way to just keep up with how you're growing and changing and elevating, and
of course, yeah. So, have you been offered deals, contracts, appearances on show? You don't have to say who they are, what they are. Just, just.
I was back about a year and a half ago. I was on a show called Next Influencer on Paramount Plus.
Okay.
Great experience. I love everyone I met on set. Loved the whole cast. Great.
How long did you shoot that?
It was a couple weeks.
Oh, just a couple weeks?
Yeah,
were you guys in a room? Were you guys in a house?
A house, yeah. So it was a house. So it wasn't like
reality?
Reality show. So
okay.
it was it was a whole bunch of influencers competing for a chance to win a big title. Mm-hmm. If you haven't watched it, go watch season 3 of Paramount Plus's Next Influencer.
You're on season 3.
Season 3, and I think it's the only season that's on Paramount right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So definitely go home and watch me on there.
So what does it come on?
Paramount Plus, the app.
Well, you have to. It's only on the Paramount.
I think they've actually uploaded the videos or the episodes on YouTube too now. So I think so you can go to YouTube too on their personal. I think it's Awesomeness TV's. Yeah.
Well, you can always.
Because I want to watch it.
Yeah, sometimes I think you can go on there and pay for a show just to watch. Just to watch something.
I think you get a free first week trial, so you can download it and watch my show, and then
and then say, "Nah, I don't want it no more."
Right.
A lot of people do that all the time. Yeah.
I had the little Justin Bieber hair back then. I was cute. I look back at that
I'm trying to think. Justin Bieber's hair. How was his hair? Because your hair's curly right now.
It's
like straight,
short
little
and long.
swoosh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So did you have? Because is your hair naturally curly?
It's the perm. It's the perm.
Your hair. So that your hair's not naturally curly.
Mm-mm. So my middle brother's hair is really curly. Like super curly.
Naturally.
But mine, naturally. Mine was super straight. And I had the Justin Bieber hair for the longest time. And then I got a perm for a little bit. It was a short, like just shave on the sides, little perm, just to add some volume. And then I was like, oh, I don't really know how I like this. So I let it go back straight.
Mm-hmm.
And then my hair, it just got so boring. Like, I don't know. I looked like I was 12. Like,
So you just let it grow out straight, like how it is now.
Yeah, so I was letting it grow out, and then I decided to get a permed mullet. So mullets were a thing, like a big thing back a year ago. They still are a big thing. I think personally that I look the best with a mullet. So I got a mullet, and I just kept letting it grow. I don't know. I just
yeah. So
I
you
like this.
you like it? So you're gonna.
Thank you. I kind of like I take inspiration from like the 70s and 80s hair. You know what I mean? Hairspray, and just volume, and just there were teas in back then.
Oh
and
gosh!
People would have hair, just out there.
I know
it was
in the
beautiful.
80s.
Beautiful.
In the 80s, we'd walk into the bathroom and be.
I heard.
Yes, spray. And they wanted
like
it to
that was a
stick.
thing.
Yeah, and it had to be stiff.
Yeah, and everything comes full circle. So I felt like I should hop on the bandwagon a little early and and I took a little step back to the 70s and 80s with it.
Yeah, the little bowl,
bowl cut. Yeah. It what is it? The Beatles maybe or something? Who was that? The bowl cuts.
The Beatles.
It was like a band with the bowl cuts. Yeah, and I think
because that went into they were in the late mid to late 60s, but then going into the 70s, the bowl head cut. Yeah. So that was for a long time because even when he had straight hair. Mm-hmm. Because I was in the military.
Like a mushroom top.
Mushroom top.
Yeah, that's pretty much, and it was straight, but it was thick like yours. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was, Yeah. So you kind of remind me of some boys that used to live across the street from us. Mm-hmm. And there was 3 of them, and they were bad, and they were mean to me.
I remind you of them?
Yeah, you do. You remind me of
bad.
Probably the second one. His name was David. Mm-hmm. And he always he always had a broken arm all the time.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's when you know they really some bad.
He always had a broken arm. He broke his right arm, left arm, broke his right arm. Because he would just break it, and I was just like, "How do you break your arm?" We were exactly the same age.
Jumping off the roof or something?
I don't know what he was doing, but they were boys.
That's iPad kid activity.
They were boys. Like one of the boys, I remember they caught the house on fire. We lived on the Navy housing, and my mom was like, "Trisha, come here," and they were on the roof. And they had set the one of the boys had set the house on fire.
That is
crazy.
What was the parents?
They were on the roof too. Their boys were that bad. Like they were always doing something. And he reminds me of
what was the age group?
The littlest one was the same age as my baby brother. And then David was the same age as me. And then John was a couple years older than I was.
It was like me and my brothers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and steps. they were boys. They were boys. They were always doing something. Oof. They're always doing something. So they were my parents' friends. They were my parents' friends. So yeah.
I wonder how they are now, like as adults. Like you was a badass kid.
Okay. Well, what advice would you give a young person that is trying to achieve going viral on TikTok?
I feel like anyone can go viral for anything. Mm-hmm. Just be okay with going viral for what it is you want to go viral for before you do it. You know what I mean? Just because once that happens, it's out there on the internet forever. So, I feel like anyone can go viral for, if they really want to, they can go viral for anything. But it's like, be okay with that being viral. Be okay with people seeing that, downloading that on their phone, making edits of that clip or sending it to all of their family and friends. You got to be okay with that. So
and I think I do see a lot of young children on there, and some stuff they're doing, I'm just like,
and you wonder where their parents are at a lot of times because you're like, who's letting them post this? Who's okay?
Yeah, it's like some of the stuff is like super rated XR, like
Oh wow.
yeah, and I'm just like,
yeah.
I don't even. It's kind of like, and then they want to be my friend, and I'm like, I can't follow you. You're like 5. I don't. That's weird to me.
Right.
I can't follow you.
Yeah.
I'm a grown woman, and I have no reason to follow you when you're 5.
Exactly. Like, what do you want to keep up with?
Yeah,
the latest
right.
episode of,
Rugrats?
Yeah.
So isn't it like, because Jillian couldn't even do certain things because it asks you how old you are.
Technically, but I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it's the parents' TikTok.
Yeah, I was about to say, a lot of times, like, younger kids will either, their parents will already have a profile made for them, and the parents didn't really realize, that you can have, like, settings where it keeps them from seeing certain things or doing certain things. So they just kind of have a regular profile like any other person would. Or they'll just use their parents' profile and make it theirs, you know what I mean? Just do their own thing on there. It might show a picture of their mom as a profile picture, but then you look at all the videos and it's the kid. Yeah,
yes.
No mom in sight or no dad in sight. Just them doing whatever, dancing.
Because they can just go on their parents' app. If they have the TikTok on the app, all you have to do is just do it. That's why I don't let my kids use my phone.
Because I saw a thing where I think the CEO was actually saying he doesn't let his kids. I guess he's got small kids. He doesn't let his kids use TikTok because he just feels like they're just too young.
Yeah, no, for real. Because it exposes you to, like,
a lot
of information, a lot of things, a lot of ideas,
a lot of people that are not good for you.
Exactly, and you got to be mature enough to know what to tune into and what to tune out, from. So kids don't really have that, in them, so they don't know. They're just taking all this information
TikTok. Everybody's on TikTok. I want to be on TikTok. Exactly. Yeah. So, all the questions that I had for you, I'm done with it. So, a lot of times we like to talk about relationships just a little bit. We have a little time to just dabble in it.
Yeah.
So, are you dating? Are you in a serious relationship? Are you just kind of fillers out there? Are you just kind of just like in the moment?
So right now I'm talking to someone, not jumping into it right away, not getting too heavily involved, just kind of being there for each other, supporting each other, and just seeing where it goes. Okay. So far, it's been great. I think it will continue to be great. There's really nothing that I've seen or have, experienced from this person that has made me feel like it's just more of personal things where it's like I'm just kind of getting over some stuff. You get what I mean? Like I'm having to let go of things as I grow with this person, but we haven't, like I said, made it a full thing yet.
You just enjoy being around them.
Yeah, just enjoying the person and enjoying being together and just experiencing life.
Are you kind of leery that they want to get to know you more because of TikTok or because of who you are as a person? Is that something that you're trying to fill out?
Oh, so there's been a couple people I've talked to where I didn't realize that they knew me from social media, or like I knew they told me they knew me, but I didn't realize their intentions, I guess, behind it. Like they were good at hiding it, but then once I was, a little bit more involved with them, I realized, and then kind of like, okay, let me take a step back. But like, you'd be surprised at how many people, like I was talking to a person back a couple months ago, and that was probably about 6 months ago maybe, and it was going okay. There were a couple red flags, a couple things I was just like iffy on, and I was just sharing a little bit about myself to them. Fast forward about a month into it, I had met this new person that was friends of a friend, and we just so happened, they just so happened to know the person I was talking to, and they didn't realize that I was talking to this person at first. So I was just sharing some feelings about this person without naming anything, and then later on, come to find out, they knew that person, and everything that I had felt was true and then some. They just spilled it to me that this person was talking to me because they were just fascinated with my life and the things that I had achieved, and they literally had told this person a whole spiel on everything that I had done so far and everything I had planned to do, and how basically they wanted to be a leech. And first off, they wasn't even that cute, so I was like, I was just like, bye. I was just like, okay.
That's the scary part for me as well, is because I don't know. that's why it's important to me now to want to be in a I want to be in a relationship with someone that I can trust as I level up and move up, because I think once I get to a point where I feel like, okay, I'm here now.
People are just using you.
I don't know if they're going to be using me. I don't know if they're going to like me for Lexee Love, or they're going to like me for my born name.
Yeah.
And so I kind of like that. It's just very scary to me.
Yeah.
It's very scary. So right now, I mean, I tried to date, but it doesn't seem to stick. It's just kind of like, so, you know, there's somebody out there that I really like. There's somebody that I really, really like. And so I'm just taking my time with that person. Sometimes I want it to go fast. I mean, I do. Yeah. But then other times I'm like, no, because that person's got a lot going on as well. Yeah. So I'm just hoping that if it does manifest into something more, that we both understand that we are together because of us and not of what we have going on in our careers or the money that we are bringing in.
Right.
So that's important to me.
Like, that stuff comes along, but it's like you want someone to grow with and through thick and thin, and to just be there to support you when, you're down or going through some things.
Yeah.
Not just only when you're up.
What about you, Valentina? What do you think? I mean, as far as like when you... I know that you're not seeing anybody right now, but I mean, in the future, is it something that you want?
I mean, we'll see. I mean, that's all I can say about it. We'll see what happens.
You'll see what happens. Well, I guess we have moved on, and you guys learned a lot about Evan. We love him. And, you'll have to follow him on TikTok and really just watch his videos. You'll be very entertained and really come to understand this person. And this is my first time meeting him. I mean, Valentina talks about you all the time. She definitely tells me, how sweet, and you definitely are.
Thank you.
Just, when you meet people, you feel their energy. You feel that this person is genuine. They don't have a motive. They just are genuinely beautiful people. And I love meeting beautiful people, and I can tell right off. I'm going to be nice to everybody, but I can tell, like, when I know, it's like,
Because, like, I was telling Lexee Love, I don't get on TikTok like that. So I just knew you, and we worked together. I'm like, okay, well, he's bartending now, so... I guess we're gonna have to get along, and it's just kind of like
you thought you was gonna have to tolerate me.
Territorial Valentina,
right, exactly. And you just happen to, and then as we got closer and time went on, and you just was telling me about stuff. Even then, I was just kind of like, oh, no big deal, because I'm just like, I'm just not that type of a person. So I'm like, okay, well, And then when we started doing this podcast, I'm like, Evan will be an awesome guest.
Yeah.
And you decided to do it. So I'm like, okay,
I was happy.
It worked out.
Yeah.
And I think God knows what he's doing, and he puts you in certain places or puts different people in your life right when you don't expect it.
This is definitely unexpected. Because to be honest with you, we were just going to just do us. And then she started saying, we need guests.
Right.
And we need to do this. And we need to do... So a lot of it was her idea. Because it's easy. I'm a different content creator. Like, I write scripts. I do that kind of stuff. Like, for TikTok, even though I have a TikTok, I do not have half. I mean, I barely got, like, 3,000
people. She always on it.
Yeah, I love doing it.
It's a different type of...
I'm not the same type as you, content creator. I like to write scripts. I like to do that and build characters. But that's still,
and it still aligns in a certain way. It's just,
yours is 1, 2 minutes, 5 minutes.
Unscripted, scripted.
Yes. With the exception of this, I do like to have my questions because it helps it flow. But I am so glad that you guys tuned in and watched our podcast with Seriously Evan. I hope you check him out on TikTok. And you go ahead and cue the music, and we will get out of here. And you guys have a good night. See you next time.
It's right when this song.
Oh, did you still want to...